Hi, I do apologize because this is a pretty impromptu video. I pretty much just had to respond right now to a video posting by the Young Turks where they interviewed a man from Connecticut, the state that I originally grew up in, and his views on the healthcare bill. First of all, they're claiming that the system that we have now, as far as Medicare, is 25% more efficient than the way we pay for our personal health care. I don't know where they got these statistics, could not find them anywhere. If they want to put them up on their website, I encourage them to do so. Please prove your points instead of just making blind statements. They also claimed that 97% of every dollar, 97 cents on the dollar that goes into Medicare is spent on the patient, not on administrative costs. Again, please find that statistic anywhere. I challenge you. I challenge anyone that's watching this, not just the Young Turks. Please, if you like them, you want to back them up. I used to like them too. I still like them a little bit. They're kind of entertaining. But this is a flat-out lie. The part where he claims that to let you know, totally patronizing this guy. Just so you know, we already pay for their health care, and he cited, emergency room visits and things like that. Okay, first of all, if you live in this country, you know that's what we pay for already. You already know we pay for emergency visits for people who don't have health care. It's an emergency room. They go there for emergencies. That is completely different than paying for them to go see a normal physician to get something like a spot checked out on their back shoulder, a physical, to get checked out because they have a bad cough, an earache, a sore throat. That is completely different than someone getting in an accident and having to be rushed to the emergency room. I don't mind paying for that. I don't mind making sure someone lives. I do mind that someone that doesn't contribute any money to this program would get a complete pass on anything they wanted to get from the hospital. They could go for a sniffle and it'll be paid for. By me, by you, by everyone out there. And they won't pay a cent. The other thing I wanted to mention was the $250,000 mark. This has been a very controversial thing. Even Nancy Pelosi said it is way too low. That ceiling is way too low. She suggested raising it to $1 million because what she said was, and of course I'm paraphrasing, I don't have the quote in front of me, I did read the story. She said something along the lines that if someone makes $1 million or more, that is not someone that the average American could relate to, the average American knows. She said that the average American does know people that make $250,000 a year. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. If you each have, maybe one person has a better paying job than the other, if you're the average American family, you're the man and wife living together in your little house in white picket fence with 2 children and a dog. This man from Connecticut does live with his wife, does have 2 children, who he said were in college. $250,000, when you have 2 children in college, let me just put that in terms for you people who don't make that and don't understand. $250,000 is what they make before they're taxed. Even if you want to take the stance and say, oh no, the government's talking about putting this tax on people who net $250,000. Let's use that as an example then. If I net $250,000, probably making 300 something, very unlikely that the average American is making $350,000, $300,000. When you make over $200,000, you cannot get financial aid from the government for your college student. When he said, and I quote, "Great, we all have kids to put through college." This is what the man from the Young Turks said. he immediately changed subject to, we all pay for healthcare. Because I think he might have realized that his statement that we all have kids that we put through college was false. There are grants set up for people who can't afford college, and I totally understand that. If someone is a straight A student and they get a grant to send them to college for free for 4 years, wonderful. Maybe that person will cure cancer. Maybe that person will find a new energy source. Who knows? But when you make over $200,000, you can't apply for those grants. Your children can't get those government subsidized loans. And if they do, it's much less than someone who doesn't make $200,000.